Hey, what's going on, guys? Godstatus here. Ignore the hoodie and like the headphone setup again. The heat went out in my house again, so this is what we're doing. But I know you guys hear me complain about battle rifles a lot, but hear me out. This one is brutal. It's still constantly pushing my opinion that battle rifles are extremely overpowered in the right direction. So when the MG3 KWS came out, it's an LMG with 1,000 fire rate, and it had to get nerfed within the first week because of how accurate it was with 1,000 fire rate and all the damage it did, right? The AK12Br is 1,000 fire rate. It 2 shots to the head close range, 3 shots to the head all ranges, and has, like I said, 1,000 fire rate. Except it has no recoil. Like, what? This is stronger than any AR. It has the same recoil as like an AUG A1, if that. Like, very close to like the AUG A1's recoil, also known as literally nothing, and it shoots near like double the speed. So this is kind of where my complaints about balance come in, and people seem to like think I'm crazy for this, complaining all the time about these guns. But how do you reasonably argue this is fair? It literally has 1,000 fire rate on auto, 1,000 perfect fire rate on auto. Yeah, sure, it only has 20 bullets, but it has a really quick reload time. It has the accuracy of the AUG A1, which we all know is extremely insanely good. How do you justify this one? Like, I know I complain about this stuff a lot, but like, I need to get people to see that this just ain't fair. And it's been made complaints, like there's been complaints about this gun as well, and nothing's really been in the talks of happening to it from what I understand. But how can you make it so battle rifles literally dominate every single class? Okay. Just to put this into perspective, this has, I believe, the same fire rate as a Vector, if not slightly less, and does more damage than the Vector. Like, what? Like, how? Do you guys not understand where I'm going with this stuff? Why would you ever use something like the SMGs when you have a battle rifle that competes with your SMGs at close range? Like, here, let me look at the Vector just to prove a point. 1,200 fire rate on the Vector. It can 2-shot to the head, right? If you're using, 2 shots to the head, and then you take off the suppressor, let's say, and it can only 5-shot to the body, like 5 or 6 shots to the body at distance, right? This gun has 200 less fire rate and does, that's not the gun I want. This gun has 200 less fire rate and does double the damage. Not double, but like pretty close to it. It does like 50 to the head close range, 52 I believe, and then to the body at range, it does like 25. But that's a guaranteed 4-hit kill to the body, to the torso, I should say, because limbs don't count. And then it's a 2-shot headshot close range. Look, okay, I'm gonna actually aim at someone here. Tell me this is fair. This is what we call fair? 1,000 rate of fire, and it does that? Like, you guys have got to be kidding me at this point. Like, I have people telling me all the time, oh, battle rifles aren't OP, you're just, like, picking on them for no reason, blah, 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 you're being biased. But, like, can any of you justify this reasonably? Like, with actual reason, can you explain this to anyone and justify that this is fair compared to all the other guns in the game? You have guns like the G36 that has been nerfed multiple times in the past like year and a half, that 4 shots to the body and now has more recoil. That is fine. That is a good update to G36 was overpowered. But it didn't have 1,000 fire rate, and even before it got nerfed, I don't think it was this accurate. Like, this is literally nothing. Ooh, you guys have no idea how passionate I am about these guns being overpowered and nothing being done about it. You make this shoot faster than all ARs, basically. You make this do more damage than basically all ARs. And you make this reload at the same speed as all ARs, and the only downside is you lose 10 bullets. But how is that a downside when you 3-shot to the head or 2-shot to the head? Like, where is the downside to that? Like, yeah, you have 10 less bullets. Who cares? You kill everyone faster. I am beyond belief with how some of these guns go so long without being reworked or something. And it's kind of crazy because it doesn't even seem to get brought up that much. Like, it's been known about for a long time that this gun is stupidly overpowered. And what's been done to fix that? Nothing. Literally nothing. It's sadly going to continue that way unless people make a fuss about it. People really should. Even if you guys can go watch like Synthesize OG's videos, it's titled like the Little Laser or something, where you could see it has literally basically no recoil. It's stupid. Like, here, we're gonna shoot at a wall and I'm not gonna control the recoil at all. I'm not controlling this whatsoever. That's our recoil pattern. What? And that's not even controlling it whatsoever. That's literally me hitting left click or holding down left click, and that's all. And you mean to tell me that's fair? Like, oh my god, man. I don't understand the thought process behind letting some of these guns stay in the current way that they are, when it's pretty clear to everyone that it needs to be changed. Like, look, 1,000 rate of fire. I'm basically using a vector right there. Except I do more damage. I don't understand, man. I really don't. It's not something that should be allowed. And even if things like this happen, why are they never addressed until months, if not like years down the line? Like the G36, before it got nerfed, very overpowered. But it took years for it to get addressed. Even the, like, L85 before it got nerfed. Really good gun. I don't think it really deserved the nerf that it got, but anyways, still took a long time for it to be addressed. The FAL, it took, what, months to get the accuracy nerfed a little bit? And even that isn't a huge change, but, like, at least it's something. But here we have this. That's been in here the whole time, and I know they know about it, because it's been talked about plenty, that it is, like, full accuracy, 1,000 RPM, and you literally do more damage than 95% of ARs. You do more damage than like an AKM with this gun, basically. Now the AKM can 3-shot to the body with like APM and stuff, but that's not the point. That's using a special ammo. You lose the laser, you lose a little bit of accuracy with that. Battle rifles are at this stage where special ammo types don't apply to them because they don't need to. You don't need to apply a special ammo to get more like consistent 4-hit body shots or something like that, or even 3-hit to the body. I'm okay with guns being 3-hit to the body at range, but do they need to 2-shot headshot close range? Or like, I don't get that. Like, this gun is slightly better than the guns like the FAL. In terms of damage, at least, where it 4-shots to the body at a distance rather than 3-shotting. So it's slightly better in terms of damage. But then you take into account its accuracy, and the FAL, it's... I don't think there will ever be a time in this game where I can get to a point where battle rifles do not dominate in every single aspect of gameplay. Because what do you lose over the vector here? Like 200 rate of fire? That's all? That's literally it? You do more damage out of range, you do more damage up close, yeah, you literally lose basically nothing. Unless you want to consider that 200 rate of fire to be like your life-saving reason for using the vector over like this gun. And like, I didn't mean to do that. And like, sure, the vector is slightly stronger in only CQC just because it has a little bit more of like fire rate. That's all. And then you try to face the vector at anything else. Like, SMGs in this game are probably one of the only truly balanced classes, in my opinion, because they do what they're supposed to. They're supposed to do close range damage, and that's all. And I get you want to be like, oh, that's not how a gun's supposed to be, blah, 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 but like, this is a video game. This isn't real life. In real life, you get shot a few times, you die anyways. Like, this isn't real life. You gotta understand that you're playing a video game where you're giving people guns that are extremely overpowered, and they are the strongest in every range of combat, and doing nothing about that. Oh, man, this game really gets to me sometimes, and especially like the balance and everything, because this is, like I said, it's been known about for so long, and nothing has been done about it. I understand that it's not the most popular gun, but when do we draw the line between it having to be popular just for it to get nerfed? When do things become more about balance rather than in-game popularity, in a sense? Is that ever gonna happen? Are we ever gonna get to the point where we focused on gun balance and making things actually balanced rather than listening to people? And don't get me wrong, everyone's allowed to have their opinion, and I'm not saying I'm 100% right. Form your own opinion, disagree with me. But there are a lot of people in this game who go out there and spam like the Discord and spam the Reddit, and they have zero idea of how this game is actually played or how to play the game. And I don't mean to like sound cocky here, but if you are a literal terrible player who just goes around spamming like, oh, nerf this because you died to it, and you have no justifiable reason, but you're just that annoying that Stylus eventually gives in because there's hundreds of you doing it, just stop. You're literally ruining the game for people. It's the one thing that like people gotta understand is I literally just want things to be fair. Like, if any of you have played Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 back in the day, the FAMAS, the ACR, and the UMP were not fair. And nothing was ever done about it. Nothing. Not a damn thing. And what did that get us? It just kept the guns being on top of everything the entire time, and there was never a change to gameplay. And forced everyone to use those guns, because if you didn't, you basically couldn't compete. And in all honesty, if you put an AK12Br against half of these guns in the game, they can't compete at all. Why are we going to continue to add in more guns and leave problems like this into the game? Or problems like, even the FAL got slightly nerfed, so I'll give some leeway there. But took months for that to be fixed. It took months for, like, everything. Why are we going to nerf guns that aren't that big of an issue and then allow guns like this to stay? I truly don't get it. Like, another thing is, and like I said, this is biased, so take this with a grain of salt. Why was the G36 nerfed, but the AUG A1 wasn't? The AUG A1 is more accurate, shoots slightly slower, has like the similar reload times and everything, but the G36 needed a huge recoil nerf and the AUG A1 didn't. Do you guys see where I'm going with this? Anyways, I hope you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.